Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So the Nintendo Direct finally happened. It's finally happened, it's come and gone. And, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of crap for this because I thought it was meh. I thought, but I'll get more into it in the video, but I feel like it's such an unpopular opinion that I think that the Direct is meh. A lot of people seem to have loved it. And, I can see why people loved it. But maybe it's just a personal taste thing. But I just thought there was a lot of things that just opened up a whole new can of worms worth of questions. And just some things that I didn't think were worth really being in the Direct. Now keep in mind that this is all my personal opinion. So if I say something you don't agree with, don't hate on me in the comments, alright? Don't be a dickhead about it. Just constructively criticize me in the comments down below. So what made this Direct so disappointing to me? Well, let's find out.
ZakPak, he's always there for you. ZakPak, only on YouTube. ZakPak, what will he do next? ZakPak, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
Alright, so I got a list of the games up here, thankfully, a YouTuber put a list of timestamps of all the games that got talked about in this Direct. And, really, there's a lot of stuff talked about here. But my problem is, this is going to sound weird. Like, something I really shouldn't be saying. I feel like we did get a lot of new stuff, but we didn't get a lot of updates to stuff that we don't know anything about. Like, I know in my predictions video, I did say that I think they're going to talk about a lot of new games, which, hey, a lot of new games. All the power to you. But I feel like, for me, we didn't learn anything about games we don't know anything about. The only game we really learned anything about that was, that's coming up is Fire Emblem, and that's what the whole Direct was centered around, Fire Emblem. And to me, there are so many other games that are coming out this year that we don't know anything about that I think we should have at least had some sort of update on. Like Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3, Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 is just like cock tease. They were like, oh, you think about Bayonetta 3? Well, guess what? It's still in development. You don't get anything yet. So, and now we have Super Mario Maker 2 to worry about on top of that, as well as The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on top of that. And now we have the Smash Brothers update, which we know nothing about. We didn't learn anything about Nintendo Switch Online service. Nothing really got pointed out there, besides Tetris 99 being free for people who have the Nintendo Switch Online service, which is cool, I guess. But it's a Tetris Battle Royale. Yay, I guess? So we had all these question marks going into this Direct. These question marks that I personally wanted to learn about. But we didn't learn about said question marks. We just got more question marks on top of the pile of question marks we already had. Which I guess is fine for going into an E3. Like, going into an E3, they'll have a big E3 where they talk about everything. But I feel like there's so much stuff we should just learn more about. Like, I know in my predictions video, I said the only game that hasn't been, announced, or hasn't gotten much info yet that we talked about is Luigi's Mansion 3. I know that's the one that I said. But if Luigi's Mansion 3 wasn't going to be there, I would have expected Animal Crossing. And if Animal Crossing wasn't there, I would have expected Bayonetta 3 or something else that we know about. We just don't know anything about, and we didn't get any of that. Yoshi's Crafted World, we got a little trailer that showed off costumes. Yay! Is that the last thing we should know about Yoshi's Crafted World? Because the game comes out next month, and I feel like, it looks great, but it doesn't look like there's any real, extra modes, or it's just the side-scrolling. No mini-games, nothing like that, which I guess is fine, but, I don't know, the game just doesn't seem complete for some reason. Lots of people are talking about wanting DLC for games, but I'm not really sure that Captain Toad was one of them. I'm not going to complain because there's some free DLC coming to Captain Toad, like co-op and all that stuff. But, I don't know, games like Mario Kart 8, games like Mario Odyssey, those are your games that are going to last a while. You should make content for those games. I'm not sure that Captain Toad is a game that everyone flocks back to, or that has sold millions of units. Credit where credit's due, there's quite a bit of third-party stuff talked about here. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered got confirmed. We have Dead by Daylight, which I'm personally actually pretty excited for because I've always wanted to play that game. Hopefully there's some cross-play going on in that. There's a Starlink Battle for Atlas update, which includes playing as more Star Fox characters, which, hey, that's pretty cool. And then we have this new Nintendo IP, I guess? Astral Chain? I have no clue what, like, I still don't know what it's really all about. Like, is it just a new IP? I know Platinum is making it, but is it a specific Nintendo IP? Is it a game that might come out to other consoles? What is this? And if it is a new Nintendo IP, then there's another game on top of the list of things we really don't know about. Because I still don't really know. I mean, unless they got a release date that I missed. Alright, it did get a release date of August 30th. But still, we don't really know anything about the game. We have to wait for more information. Like, it's a single player, I guess, Devil May Cry looking game, which is cool, but what's going to hook us? What's going to get us interested? I mean, I am kind of interested in it, but, you know, I think the main two highlights from people were Super Mario Maker 2 and Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I think the main problem is that the Mario Maker was the first thing and Zelda was the last thing, and then the whole middle, for me, was filler. I mean, I'm looking at the list now. I think they spent a little too much time on Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest Builders 2 started at the 8-minute mark, and then the thing after Dragon Quest 9 or 11 started at about 11 minutes. So really, they spent 13 minutes. So really, they spent 5 minutes on Dragon Quest alone. And then Fire Emblem took another 6 minutes. So that's 11 minutes devoted to those two games, which Fire Emblem is whatever, but, you know, Dragon Quest, I personally don't care about. Then we had Tsum Tsum, Disney Tsum Tsum. They spent a whole minute on that. Freaking Disney Tsum Tsum. Like those little plush toy hamster things. They spent a whole minute on that. Like, why was that even in the Direct? That had no place in the Direct. Personally, same with Dead by Daylight, I want it there. Tetris. The Tetris 99 Battle Royale. Why? Why is this a thing? Like, I think it's got actually well received, but like, you know, whatever. And then Daemon X Machina, it got a demo, cool, but no release date. They said, it was like summer, but no release date. Like, this game's been, you know, just talked about for so long. Like, where's the release date? And then, of course, like I mentioned, there's this Smash Brothers update that we know nothing about now. We got the reveal of the Joker's model, but like no gameplay. Like, I knew we weren't gonna see much of Smash Brothers. Like, I knew there was gonna be not much. But you can't talk about this update and not talk about anything about the update. You know, oh, this update's coming, but you'll have to wait to see more update. Like, I hate that. I hate when Nintendo does that. They say something, and they're like, but you have to wait to hear more. Like, it's one thing with Luigi's Mansion, right? We at least got a trailer with Luigi's Mansion. With Smash Brothers, it literally just said, oh, there's an update coming, but you'll have to wait. So it's like, I don't get it. Oh, and I completely skipped Box Boy. That's how forgettable that was. It's freaking Box Boy. Like I said in my freaking predictions video, I don't care about Box Boy. So that can bugger off. And that took what? About a minute. So I don't know. Like, I just don't care for a lot of these games. Like, and there's a lot of the Japanese RPGs. Rune Factory, that's cool. You know, that's something that a lot of people would want to come out for the Switch. But I just feel like there was so many like Japanese RPGs. There wasn't a lot of updates on current Nintendo games that we don't know anything about. To where it just makes me feel like, what was the point of this Direct? Personally. Like, it just announced new games that we still don't, like, we don't know when Link's Awakening is coming out. We know that Mario Maker is coming out in June, but we don't know the exact day. So it's like, we we learn about those. And, you know, for Nintendo Direct, it's obligatory. What the hell is that word? It's mandatory that they announce basically at least one new game. It's mandatory. You can't have a Nintendo Direct where they don't at least announce one new game. They can't. So, that's why I'm like, what's the point of this Direct? We learned more about Fire Emblem, which we did need to know more about. And we got some third-party stuff. A lot of third-party stuff. You know? Nintendo didn't really talk about much of their own stuff. So many third-party games. And I'm fine. You know, I'm fine with third-party games. You know, I like the fact that there's third-party coming to the Switch. And a lot of it. But this is a Nintendo Direct. I want to learn more about those Nintendo games that we don't know anything about. Like, I get it. Mario Maker 2. Legend of Link's Awakening. Hype. I'm excited for those too. Just like everyone else. But, what else was there? Like, Mario Maker 2 took up the first minute. Link's Awakening took up the last minute. So that's 2 minutes. And then everything else in the middle was just either third party, a Japanese RPG, or an update that didn't tell us anything. Like, the Smash Bros. Update didn't tell us anything. The Yoshi's Crafted World update didn't tell us anything besides of a demo. You know? So, I mean, yeah, we got Fire Emblem. And that looks good. A lot of people are complaining about it, though. Like, a lot of people are saying that, or at least a few people, from what I've noticed, are saying it doesn't look good. Which I think it looks good. I think it looks fine. But, to each their own. So, I don't know. I'm not going to say that this was a bad Direct, because really it wasn't. You know, they had a lot of new information, like Mario Maker 2, Link's Awakening. They had a lot of stuff, you know. That's that. But the fact that we are left with, well, that I personally am left with more questions than answers, it just doesn't do me. It really doesn't. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know I'm going to get a lot of crap for not liking that Direct, but to me, we got a lot of new stuff, which is good. But we know nothing about the things that are coming out this year still. And, you know, we probably won't until E3. Because I'm not sure that there's even going to be a Spring Direct. But, like, if there's not going to be a Spring Direct, then we have to wait till E3. And by that point, it's just June. So, by June, by E3, the only thing that will come out is Yoshi and Fire. No, Fire Emblem's coming out in July because they delayed that. So, the only thing that's going to be coming out in the first half of the year is Yoshi? Like Nintendo-wise. First-party Nintendo-wise, I'm talking here. So the only thing that's coming out is Yoshi. So the second half of the year, we're getting Mario Maker. We're getting Legend of Zelda. We're getting Luigi's Mansion. We're getting Animal Crossing. We're getting Daemon Ex Machina. So we're getting all these games, but we don't know anything about them, and we have to wait until June. So we're going to wait until June to hear about those games that are going to be coming out barely months later. And if we're not going to hear about any of these games till June, how the hell are they going to fit all of those games coming out in the second half of the year? We have Mario Maker in June, Fire Emblem in July. I think we got something for August. I don't remember what was in August. And then we're going to presume that Luigi's Mansion, I guess, is coming out in October. Animal Crossing come out in September. We have Pokemon in November. I'm guessing Link's Awakening would be in December. There's so many games coming out in that second half of the year where it's like the first half of the year is barren. That second half is getting cramped with games. And if there is something that we don't know about that's coming out in this first half, why wouldn't they talk about it? It's freaking February. It's mid-February. Why wouldn't they talk about it? If it's coming out in the next 2, 3, 4 months, why are we hearing about it? Alright, so I tried to do an outro, but I got into a tangent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I know I ranted a lot, but I mean, just not my cup of tea, this Direct. Really wasn't, personally. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see you guys in the next video.